Hello, Lorna McGee here with the Whitby Chamber of Commerce, and we're on another Lorna Learns. I have with me today Mike Libby from Your Bottom Line, and we're going to learn a little bit more about his company today. And first question for you, Mike. We see a lot of new businesses come through the Chamber. How does someone know what type of business structure they should set up?
Well, first of all, thanks, Lorna, for having me here today. We actually have a lot of conversations with people, as you can imagine, about the structure of their business. Should it be a sole proprietorship? Should it be a partnership? Should it be a corporation? And quite frankly, a lot of people will not really understand the nuances of it. And so we love to have those conversations with people. And a lot of people think that the second that they have a business, they have to incorporate. And that's not true. And so we are actually talking as many people out of incorporating as we're talking into incorporating, because there can be significant advantages to it, tax savings, liability, but it can cost significantly more. So you want to make sure that you're speaking to an accountant that can kind of steer you in the direction of, okay, does this make more sense for your specific situation, or does that? And so, like I said, one of the major benefits of incorporating can be to save taxes, but it can also cost you significantly more. And so understanding that there is no specific magic number of when you should incorporate is very important as well, because everybody's situation is very unique. And so the majority of people, I would say, will start off as a sole proprietorship when they're kind of hitting the ground running.
Good to know, and it's good to get the advice of an accountant as well if you're in that kind of back and forth. Next question for you. What do you do at Your Bottom Line that makes you different from other accounting firms?
So I would say there's a few things. I mean, the one main kind of overall structure and package that we have that's a little bit unique to us is our virtual CFO offerings, or VCFO structure. With that, what we do is we walk through a client situation. It's usually tailored to incorporated individuals, and we send them some onboarding forms, have a conversation, get to know them and their business, and we craft up an engagement that entails everything that they want and everything that they need. So everything from corporate taxes, personal taxes, HST, WSIB, bookkeeping, payroll, and most importantly, what we call kind of dovetailing. And so that is really just another way to structure tax planning for the client. And so one of the major things about being incorporated is to be able to leverage it and say, okay, well, what should I pay myself? How should I pay myself? What do I do with my home office, my mileage, and all that fun stuff? And so with the VCFO structure that we've got, it's a flat monthly fee, all-inclusive package where you know what you're getting. You've got a clear as day engagement that says, hey, you pay us X per month and everything is included. So you don't have to worry about paying $150 an hour for picking up the phone and calling your accountant, because we realize when you have that kind of structure, if I were to tell you that it's going to cost you $150 to call us every time, you're not going to call us. And so by taking away that stigma, we're able to just build the relationship with the clients that much more, and it ends up being a win-win. So I would say the VCFO from a kind of make you different standpoint would really be a big factor. And we're extremely tech savvy and remote friendly. So we're using always up-to-date technology, systems, softwares, changing everything as kind of quick as it comes in, just as everything updates, right? So being able to work in this remote world has certainly got its advantages for us and our clients as well, right?
Absolutely. It's a real time saver being in the virtual world, I find.
Hugely. And a lot of people who thought that they couldn't do things remotely pre kind of pandemic, I'll say, have quickly realized that, okay, we can. So it worked out for everybody.
It has worked out for everybody. Speaking of what's going on in the world right now, what's going on in the world? How is it impacted with your business and your clients?
So us personally, like I said, our business, fortunately, knock on wood, we haven't been terribly impacted by the pandemic, because we were able to almost rip a Band-Aid off and become, I would say, 95% remote with just the systems and softwares we kind of had implemented. From our clients' perspective, I mean, as you can imagine, it's significantly impacted a lot of the businesses that we're dealing with kind of on a day-to-day basis, and a lot of our clients. And so a lot of them had to pivot and say, okay, I got to do this online, or hey, I'm on the verge of bankruptcy now. So it has been a little heartbreaking to have some conversations with a lot of these businesses. And that was one of the main reasons we actually created our COVID business and benefits Facebook group, where people are able to take a look at that and see what are the up-to-date benefits, credits, subsidies, and all that fun stuff. And so we realized that we were having these conversations with our clients and understanding it, all the nuances and all the changes, why not just post it out there publicly? So that's why we created that group for as many people as it can help. And so from our perspective, we're, like I said, about 95% remote. From our client's perspective, depends on the industry drastically, but it hasn't hit us personally too bad, which we're very fortunate and very blessed about.
And it sounds like you're offering great support for your current clients and so forth. So that's great. In this world, we've heard a lot about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in the news. How does that impact your tax return?
So this is actually something we've had a lot of questions about in the last year. And so, I mean, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are all over the news, all over everywhere. A lot of people are dabbling in it. And so we actually just created a cryptocurrency FAQ to help out with that. The kind of quick answer to that is essentially for those who are trading cryptocurrencies on a regular basis, basically day trading, that is treated as a business, and that's got to be paid. The taxes have to be paid in real dollars, not actually in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. And for those who don't I'll say interact with Bitcoin or any type of cryptocurrency on a day-to-day basis, then you're really looking at capital gains tax for that. So there are a million and one different kind of nuances and asterisks on everything I even just mentioned right there. But for the most part, if you're trading regularly every single day and multiple times in a day, it'll be treated as business income. And if you're just trading a few times throughout the year, then it's really capital gains taxes you're talking about.
Okay, clear as mud to me.
That's why you talk to your accountant about it, for sure.
Thank you so much for sharing all the information about your company, The Bottom Line. I would like the membership to know a little bit about Mike, so I have a question for you. Yeah. Surprise. I know you have a little 2.5-year-old now, Logan?
Yep, absolutely.
And at this stage, what is your favorite activity and pastime with him at his 2.5 years? And don't say when he's asleep.
Okay, so my number 2 then, that's an interesting one. I would say right now, given if I look at my window, the 6 feet of snow, I would say hanging out outside and just playing in the snow with him, throwing snowballs, making the snowballs, giving them to him so that he can throw them. But no, I'd say hanging outside with him and anything to do with superheroes, because he loves them damn near as much as me.
That's excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend a few minutes with me on Lorna Learns and teaching our membership all about your bottom line.
Thanks, Lorna. I appreciate it.
Thank you.